It's really good again. I mean, up 93, up to 97, fastball taking off. I thought the slider was really good. And Ren had a good approach, kind of keeping those guys off balance because credit to Wright State. I mean, they're taking some comfortable swings across the board. Those guys are really, really taking good swings across the board. So I just thought at that point in the game, the way it was going was, hey, let's just go to Kranz and see if he can do it like he did down in Texas. And thankfully he did.
Any thoughts at all about going away from him in the ninth, or was that the plan?
No, to be honest, no. I just said, hey, kind of all the energy was, hey, Krenzel was going to get it done right there, and that's really only where my thought process was, and Krenzel made it happen.
Have you seen him grow maybe in the last two outings here?
I think it's just hoping to have success versus believing you can, right? Those are two different things, and sometimes guys just need more reps under their belt. But, I mean, there was a period, you guys remember, last year where he was pretty darn good. And when he came out, we knew what we were going to get, and then, got the mono that knocked him down a little bit for a while. But he was really good, in Fayetteville last year in the Super Regional. He's checked a lot of boxes, but it's cool to see him pitching with some mojo and even getting a PFP to end the game there.
How big was it to see Reese have some of those swings he had today?
It was great. I think three knocks right there, and then of course, hey, everybody would love him to have that fourth one there with the bases loaded. But again, good day to really. I mean, we knew it was only going to be an offensive day just because of the weather. The wind was crazy. Even in BP, but for him to shoot that one over the scoreboard, stay to it right there and left on left. But a good sign for him. But we'd like to have a little bit better at bat that fourth one, and I think he'd say the same thing.
How different is he, I guess, approach-wise this year? Seems like there's more patience, more kind of deliberate approach to the at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at there's so many numbers now. You can look at chase rate and whether it be like vert or lefties, righties, runners, kind of how are guys getting you out and how are pitching coaches trying to pitch to you. So when he decided to come back this summer, really kind of broke it down on, kind of condensing the chase at times when we went all the way to the extreme in the fall where he was taking the first pitch a lot of the time, just trying to get as many pitches as he could and getting deep into counts and kind of handle it both ways. So now we got it back to neutral a little bit, but again, it's good to see him leave the yard and put some good swings on it today.
On Sunday after Texas, I believe with Henry, you talked about wanting for this week you'll get him in a better lane. He was having success, but to allow him to take the next step, and he really had a good week here. Has there been any changes or tweaks with him this week?
Yeah, so Monday we got it together with the crew, right, and we can go on the field where it's a little bit slower or whatnot. But just talking about hitting the balls in different windows, or if you miss, this is where you miss. And again, there's some constraints you can use where you can get the result that you want. When the guys are really just focused on what is the external result rather than hey, where are my hands going or where's my load. It kind of simplifies the process if they execute the drill. But really, all the credit goes to Henry. I mean, he's smashing balls all over the place. And again, too, the math is very simple. If he's hitting balls close to 110 miles an hour, if he can get them north of 20 degrees, and even if it's only 102 or 100, a lot of those are going to leave the yard. So it was good to see that one. He torched that one to left today, and I think there's plenty more of that coming.
How did you evaluate how the Landon start went?
It was good. I thought the stuff, I mean, obviously you never want to walk the leadoff guy to start the game, right? But, again, I think with the wind, it was just fastball was just taking off. Like, even when I was throwing BP today, it was kind of taking off just because of that crosswind so much. But, again, could land the curveball and the change a little bit better at times, but he's always going to compete and give you a chance. And then the stuff is so good, he's going to get some swing and miss, whereas pitch count's going to get up. But credit to Wright State. I mean, there's those lefties shooting balls down the, foul down the third base line, and then, the center fielder almost killed us in the dugout a few times. But it's just good approach and executing against a really good arm. So, hats off to them. But it was good to see him kind of mix and match there.
Mentioned it a couple of times. What do you think makes his pickoff move so effective?
Just the quickness and athleticism. It's quick feet and a short arm, right? And then also an accurate throw. And, he was basically a two-way guy, right? And is a good athlete. It's something he takes pride in, right? So I think that's one thing we talked about this year was making sure we control the run game a little bit better. And I don't know how many pickoffs we have now, but, he's got a few of them at least. And, Stone had the one last night. So just working together to protect 90 feet a little bit better. And, he embodies that and knows that, hey, he can still go get the guy out as long as he's and still be in charge of controlling the running game a little bit too.
You had to grind out a lot of wins this week. I know you got one more, but going into the SEC play, how much do you feel like this week is going to help your team going forward?
Yeah, I think it's been great. I mean, we need to finish the weekend. That was the theme out there, right? Again, don't be satisfied with what's gone on, but to be able to play some one-run games and be behind early in the game and then come back and then kind of get punched in the mouth early in the game, I thought the vibe in the dugout was good. There was no panic or, again, it's 9 innings, right? So that's what we need these guys to get ready for an SEC because there's going to be punches back and forth, and if you get too emotional when you get too far up in the game or too far below in the game, it's going to get you in trouble, right? You have to navigate that emotionally, and it takes guys time and really you got to be in it, right? So these one-run games are, again, we'd love to be winning games by 10 runs or whatever it may be, but these one-run games will pay dividends down the line.
What do you say to them when you're trying to get them to navigate that emotionally?
Well, I think it's self-awareness is the main thing, right? It's something we talk about in the fall. We talk about in our meetings, right? It's kind of a holistic deal. It's not something you can just turn on and turn off, right? But just, hey, what is the behavior that's going to help me have success in that moment? Or, hey, when I didn't have success, why was it, right? So just something, maybe a bird's eye view or whatever it may be. But we talk about self-awareness being a huge skill to having success in anything you do in life, right? So that's something we talk about. And sometimes you got to check them like, hey, that behavior is not going to work. Or sometimes they'll say, hey, as you as a player, Chuck as a player, what worked for you and how do you navigate that? And luckily our culture is stonewall. We'll do that with Trent Grinlinger and the younger guys and all that. And even some of our current players texting with guys like Gilbert or Fish or whatever. It's been cool how those guys have linked up. Even that they've never even maybe played together, but they'll still talk about it.